Series, which is going to be taking place. And we're going to have a great game to start with today, where we have Italy, who has been a world champ in the past, against Poland in a game number 1 that will start at 1 p.m. That's going to be starting at 1 p.m. First of all, I'm going to do a little bit of a recap of what took place yesterday, as it was a very, very special day for 3-on-3 basketball here in Edmonton. We started out with a men's satellite tournament, and we have the results of that tournament now, where 3 teams have qualified for the FIBA 3x3 Challenger, which will be back here at the Ice Palace next weekend. Team Winnipeg won it, and we have a team from Calgary and another team from Edmonton that are going to be a part of it as well. So that was done, and we also just had the first of 3 championship games for our grassroots girls that just took place on center court here in the Ice Palace as well. We had a grassroots tournament where we had 3 different divisions, U13, 15, and 18. Girls from the community playing basketball, playing 3x3, some of them for the first time, and they'll be able to play like their idols out on the center court here today. But first and foremost, we've got to talk about what happened yesterday on the court for the women's event. We had Canada coming out to a full house, of course, as that team that's been the hottest on the Women's World Tour, winning their last 3 events in the World Tour, currently second on the tour, came out, had 2 solid victories over their opponents yesterday. But they're going to be squaring up after against the winner of this game between Poland and Italy. We've got also the U.S. being the winner of the other pool. The U.S. went 2-0 as well. And we've got some exciting matchups that are going to take place here today. First of all, looking at our first 2 opponents today, the Polish team is a team that is very, very intense, very well coached. They brought along a great staff. They've got 3 staff people. Watching them work out this morning, you can really see the intensity that the coaching brings to the ladies on this team. And this team has a variety of experience and youth, and they are ready to do battle with the Italians, a very, very experienced Italian team who's had a lot of success and an awful lot of experience on the World Tour. And so we expect a real hard-fought battle. The winner of this, as I mentioned, is going to be playing against Canada. Second quarterfinal is going to be the Czech Republic versus Spain. Now, what's interesting about this game is these are the 2 teams in the tournament that came with only 3 players. So both have a substitution and an endurance challenge, but they're going to be squaring off against each other. And again, the Czech Republic, they won a tournament in France earlier this year. The Spanish have finished high in a number of tournaments this year and have a very, very strong history in 3x3 as well. So great matchup to start with between the Polish team, Team Poland, and also against Team Italy. And then the second matchup, the Czech Republic against Spain. And then, as I mentioned before, after that, Team Canada will play in a semifinal against the winner of this event. And then the second game between Spain and the Czech Republic will square off against the United States. I think for a lot of people, as they think about what could be the dream final matchup, it, of course, would be because of the North American boundary, the 49th parallel. It could be very, very exciting to see the Americans square off against the Canadians. But there's a lot of basketball left to be played, and that's far from a certain outcome. That's far from a sure thing. Canada looked dominant yesterday. You have to say, you just have to say that. The Plouffe sisters, along with Paige, along with Catherine, their teammates, they just did such a fantastic job, and they really are playing like a well-oiled machine in spite of the fact that they don't have a lot of experience compared to a lot of countries on the World Tour. But it goes without saying that this is a team of veteran players, the Plouffes playing in the Olympics for Team Canada. And now we're going to have the introductions for the first game between Team Poland and between Team Italy. Jacob Skeppel is on the mic, is the PA announcer. Raylan Marie Daly, Marcella Filippi, Julia Rulli, and Ariana Zampieri. Martina Cybulska, first player introduced for Poland. Such a great setting here at West Edmonton Mall. You've got the sun streaming through. It's like you're playing outdoors, but you've got the mall environment, the tremendous sight lines here. People gathered all around. I'm sure you'll see throughout the broadcast how many people aren't just seated around the court, but how many people are on the various levels looking at the game as it gets played. It's one of the great things about West Edmonton Mall is so many people come here for the event, but also so many people are walking by and they're going, what in the world is going on there? And they look down and they see a full-fledged basketball event about to take place. I tell you, there's so much on the line here. This is the last event of the season. This means a lot for the women as they try to gather points, as they're looking to qualify for the Olympic qualifying tournament that's going to take place in the first quarter of 2020. So this is for all the marbles, and nobody, you got to win or go home. And so the intensity that we expect to see coming out of the gate today will be extremely high. Poland's got they won the toss, they've got the basketball first. One of the things about 3x3 is the 2-ball means so much. Just as that indicated right there, it counts much more than even the 3-ball counts in 5-on-5 basketball. The impact on the game is really huge, so you see a lot of 2s going up. Italy has an experienced team, but Poland, again, they take it very seriously. Of all the teams, they have spent the most time on the court practicing since they've been here. They went through a very, very good practice early this morning. We've got an interesting matchup at the point guard because the 2 point guards in this particular game are diminutive in size. And one of the things you see in a lot of 3x3 teams is a tremendous emphasis on length. But 2 small, quick, very active point guards, great ball handlers, great court vision, high basketball IQs, and good scorers as well. Poland's battling right now, up 2-1. Italy just finishes around the rim. Poland comes right back and goes at it inside. We have an offensive foul call. That's one of the more difficult calls is when are you set when you're setting a screen like that. Rulli set what looked like a good screen but didn't get her feet established, so an excellent call by the official calling the offensive foul. So many aspects of 3x3 that are different from 5-on-5. One is court spacing. You've got fewer players working not on an exact half court, but you have them working on nearly a half court, so you get a lot of space that you don't get with 2 more players in the half court offensive situation. There's one of those passes. If you go to help in 3x3, you get a lot. You don't have the kind of rotation ability that you have in 5-on-5 to move players around. So you end up with a lot of wide open threes from penetration and kicking. We have a timeout on the floor right now. 4-1 for Poland over Italy. I think this is a bit of surprise to people because Italy would come into this heavily favored, I believe. But the Polish team has come out very, very aggressive. They've executed extremely well. And as I mentioned, they were here this morning, and what impressed me was how the coaching staff was working with them and focusing in on what they wanted to have done during the game itself. So Poland has come out, and in the early stages, 8:22 left in the game, they've come out very, very aggressive and very, very confident. Sweet step back move, off the glass, kissed off the glass, very, very nice. These are skilled teams, as is often the case with European teams. Technically very, very good. Shot clock violation, and another difference in 3-on-3 basketball is the fact that you're working with a 12-second shot clock, not a 24-second shot clock. So you have to be thinking how you're going to score as soon as you take possession of the basketball. Tremendous penetration, foul called on the play. Fouls are called differently as well, not the fouls themselves, but the numbers of fouls and the impact that fouls have. In a 10-minute game, through the first 6 fouls, if you're in the act of shooting, you get 1 free throw. Unless, of course, it's a foul on a 2-pointer, then you get 2 free throws. But when you get to 7, you get 2 free throws. Point guards going at each other. Nice finish by Cebulska from Poland. 5-3, maintaining a 2-point lead at 7:48 left to go in the first half. What a setting. What a fantastic setting. Another thing that's a big, big part of what happens in this game is making sure you take care of the ball. Turnovers play such a factor in a short game. Really hard to recover if you're turning the ball over. Physical play. Hard to tell sometimes what's a foul, what's not a foul, what's a bit theatrical, what's not theatrical. So good call, lots of contact, arms up in the air, good call made. Nice slip to the basket, layup. Italy cuts the margin from 5 to 4. Poland right now, after a great start, appears to be floundering just a bit. Nice pass, nice cut, nice finish. There's one of the key shots in 3x3 is as soon as the ball goes through the hoop, the ball is live for the defending team. I think we have an offensive, yes we do. We have an offensive foul called. One of the points of emphasis in officiating right now is if the elbows come up and you make contact in the face, you're going to get an offensive foul. As I was saying though, the transition in 3x3 is very different from obviously the transition in 5-on-5, but even from what people consider to be traditional 3x3 or 3-on-3 as you call it. In traditional 3-on-3, you check the ball out front after every possession. But when the ball goes through the hoop, the ball is live. The defensive team can, the team that goes from offense to defense can pressure the ball, but not inside the charge circle. And the team has to clear it outside the 2-point line. So that's why the activity in this is so fast and why your cardio has to be so good, because you have so much running and the transition from offense to defense to offense is so quick. 3 fouls to 1 for Poland. With three fouls, Italy with 1. A lot of cross screening. A lot of cross screening and slipping. And also a lot of people aggressively going for the ball as they just did right now. On the floor, working hard. Again, this is for all the marbles. Lose and go home. Winner is going to go on and play Team Canada later this afternoon. We have a tremendous crew here working this event. They've worked so hard to put this venue together. Italy takes a shot, physical play in the low block, 6-4 for Poland, 6:24 left to go in the game. There's that shot clock again, no basket. Ball did not touch the rim. You can get a shot off before the shot clock, but if it doesn't touch the rim, possession switches teams. Italy regains possession, 6:13 left to go. Italy down 6-4. Nice mid-range elbow jumper. Good rebound by Italy as well. Tough physical play in the paint. One of the things you're not going to see a lot is a lot of fouls called inside. You have to be physical. You have to play for keeps. You're not going to get any touch fouls. Great escape move to the corner, as I was talking about earlier. Getting out to the corner immediately after possession is really critical, but Poland has an answer. Nice jump stop. Dali has tremendous footwork and her high energy. But Cebulska comes right back, is equal to the task. We have 2 point guards that are so tough. Great court vision, awesome cut, but there again, you have to finish. when you get into these situations, you have to finish. Now there's the nightmare scenario. Miss a layup and create an opening. A beautiful pass, beautiful cut. You have to be relentless in this game. Even though you can get down and make a mistake, you have literally no time to pout. You have to stay in the game. Kosovic is playing big today. She is playing extremely well. Beautiful quick release. Beautiful quick release by Philippi. She really, really catches it shot ready. There. That's what Dally makes so many things happen. She gets loose balls. She disrupts passes. She gets in passing lanes. She makes steals. She gets her hands on the ball. Before there was any contact, there's a travel called. 12-9, Poland over Italy, 4:14 to go. No foul trouble for either team right now, even though it's quite a physical game. The referees are letting them play. Good defense, excellent defense. Second team foul called on Italy, 12-9, 4 minutes exactly to go in the game. Poland versus Italy battling for an opportunity to get to the semifinals, playing against Team Canada. Nice quick pull-up. A lot of times the strategy of the team is you've got to get shots on the rim and give your teammates opportunities for offensive fouls. Pull is well. The ball was well read. The play was very well read to pick up the interception. Nice stroke. The Heartbreakers. The Heartbreakers are the in and outs. Good post up. Not able to finish. Perpetual motion by these 2 point guards. Nice fadeaway jump shot on the baseline, about a 12-footer. TV timeout. Poland 12, Italy 10. Some great highlights. We're working with ICU Video this year in broadcasting our game, and I'll tell you, Rob Zitlau and his staff are remarkable to work with. The quality of the production, the ability to show the replays. We're just very, very excited to have them working with us, and they've been doing a fantastic job, as have all of the volunteers that have worked so hard this weekend to put this event together. And when I say around the clock, I literally mean that. We only took possession of the Ice Palace to start getting it ready for this event at 11:30 on Friday night, and we had games starting at 10 a.m. the next morning. Jeff Bailey, Reagan Wood, all-nighter. Steve Flowers joining them as well. Great step in play, just what I was talking about with point guard, with the point guard from Italy, Dally stepping in there, creating havoc. One thing, a point guard with quick hands like her, if you're a big and you catch it in the low block and you don't take care of it, if you don't get it up and chin the ball, she's going to be in there and she's going to be disrupting what you're going to try to do. Travel before taking off, lifted her pivot foot. One of the aspects of 3x3 that's very important is substituting. You cannot play 2 and 3 minute shifts. You have to have subs coming in and out constantly. That's why it makes it so difficult for teams with only 3 players, as our next 2 teams, the Czech Republic and Spain, have. It's a real disadvantage. Nice low post move, but nothing. There we go again. Corner 3, beautiful shot. Poland did not respond to it. Dally got out to the corner. Beautiful stroke. Now they've tied it up. Oh, but Poland answers. Excellent defense. 2 diminutive point guards going after each other, making it really, really exciting as they use their quickness, their quick hands, their quick feet their speed to disrupt each other. Four seconds on the shot clock, adjustment by the official. 14-12 Poland, Italy with the ball. Gets the soft roll on the rim, ties it up. Dowley once again answering. Down to the 2-minute mark. Foul called. It'll be in the act of shooting, so we're going to have the Polish player going to the line for one. To the corner again, the deadly corner shot. Tell you, Dowley just does not give up. She is in constant motion, making plays, playing much bigger than her size would indicate. Really tough. Nice seal on the inside. Beautiful penetrating kick. Great look at the basket. Quick shot. (14-14), 133, battling to get to the semifinals, and a shot at Team Canada. 133 left, 14-14. You can't beat this. Nice tip out by Poland on nice penetration, but inability to finish. The shot clock comes down so quickly. Creates space for herself, hits the one pull-up. 15-14, Italy takes the lead. Poland continuing to battle, felt that there was a mistake on the call. Strong penetration, nice finish on the inside by Sosnowski. 1:01 left, 15-15. Anybody's game. Who is going to be playing Team Canada? Nice seal on the inside. That's one thing you see oftentimes. If there's a size mismatch, teams will go right to the low block and make it very difficult. Italy now up 16-15, 45 seconds to play. Dowley once again on the steal, disrupting everybody. Wide open three at the top of the key. Is that the dagger? Her counterpart retaliates. 30 seconds to go, 16-15 Italy. Seal on the inside. Near miss. Scramble Poland with the ball. 20 seconds to play. Foul on the play, 17.9 seconds to go. Italy up 16-15, going to the line. Really from Italy, upset with the call. I would have to disagree with her. I think it clearly was a foul. We're knotted up. Now, if it were to go to overtime, it's the first team to two in overtime. There's no clock. Smart foul, actually, by Poland as Dowley was getting on the inside. Neither team in the bonus now, so since it wasn't in the act of shooting, she does not have to, there's no 1-and-1, there's no two like you see in the NCAA or the NBA. Until you get to 7 fouls, then you have an automatic 2-foul penalty. When you get to 10 fouls, it's 2 shots and the ball. So 16-16, 14 seconds to go. Italy with the ball. 12-second shot clock. Down under 10. High screen and roll. Wow, Dowley, what could be the dagger. Ball up. Oh, tremendous win. Dowley was just fantastic. Tremendous win by Italy. Heartbreaker for Poland. My goodness, what a battle. What a battle. The Polish women played their hearts out. Were right there, had a great look at the end of the game. Italy able to squeeze it out, and now will be playing against Team Canada. Great great first day as we look at some of the highlights of the game. Wonderful game by Italy. Wonderful game by Dali at the point guard. The entire Italian team fought hard, fought well, but Dali certainly stood out both in all aspects of the game. Offense, defense, assists, passing. She was doing everything to help her team win. Now we see the Czech Republic team entering the arena along with the Spanish team. And as I was mentioning in my opening remarks, we have two teams with 3 players. They're going to be introduced shortly. We want to thank some of our sponsors that have supported us over this weekend. Rec Room official after party sponsor of the Edmonton Women's Series. They're the final stop. This is the final stop on the tour. Make the Rec Room your final stop tonight. The Alberta Basketball Association. I'm so proud to have had the opportunity to be affiliated with this wonderful organization that supports all aspects of basketball in the province, and we're certainly proud to be supporting 3x3. Proud to support the sport of basketball, a game for life. City of Edmonton and Edmonton events. I'll tell you, without our community here, we would not have 3x3 basketball. We would not have events like this where we have people lined up all around the 2 levels, looking down on the Ice Palace, looking down on the court. Because of the City of Edmonton, because of Edmonton events, province of Alberta, Alberta Sports Connection, we have such great support here in Alberta. Welcoming the Czech Republic right now as they come on the floor. Another aspect of the game, of the 3x3 game, that doesn't get a lot of attention. They certainly get a lot of complaints, but are the officials. The officials have to work incredibly hard. And one of the things that is so challenging about the 3x3 game rather, is, what's a foul, what isn't a foul, what's disruptive to the play and the flow, and what isn't, what's incidental, and what's clutching and grabbing. It really is the most difficult job, and FIBA did a great job. They brought in 2 international officials that are here today, and then we have 2 of our local fellas that do a fantastic job as well. It's a great way for them to get skilled up in the 3x3 game. Karan, Perry, they just do a fantastic job. So here we go. Czech Republic squaring off against Spain, looking for the opportunity to get to the semifinals. What's there? What's in store? A matchup against the U.S. Czech Republic strikes pay dirt first. Spain comes back. First shot, gets the roll. 1-1 as we get started. One thing you can see with the various European teams is they do a tremendous job of moving the ball. Lots of head and shoulder fakes. Very, very high basketball IQ from these 2 countries. Nice mid-range baseline jumper as well. Czech Republic, tough players. Kind of the classic Big E fadeaway on the baseline. Step back 2, no good. Check ball, 2-2, 8:56 left to go. West Edmonton Mall. This is the mall that started the trend towards mega malls around the world. In little old Edmonton, they have made something absolutely amazing. When you come to West Edmonton Mall, you have endless shopping, endless entertainment, and to have the ability to put up a basketball setting like we've been able to set up here and have these wonderful women's team from all over the world in our midst is something really special. Shot clock winding down to 3. Mid-range pull-up by the Czechs. Spain drops it inside. Lots of movement away from the ball. Power move inside on the drop step. Nice drop step by Cuevas. Cordova with the ball. She is an outstanding player. Real tough competitor. Nice Euro step. New possession for the Czech Republic. Unfortunately, there's a turnover. Shoe being tied, you can't get started without that. The court that we have here in Edmonton is such an upgrade from the courts that we've seen in the past in 3-on-3, which have all been kind of the traditional plastic feel court. This has a rubberized surface that's really quite something. Another power move on the inside by Cuevas, giving Spain a 4-2 lead. Nice look by the Czech Republic for a 2. Comes up a bit short. Spain trying to work the mismatch. Again, nice footwork on the inside. Beautiful drop step and spin. Doesn't go. Good defense, good help side defense. Canella popping a 2 as well. Nice. Calling an over the back foul on Santarenska. 1 foul for each team. Again, so far in the women's program, in the women's games rather today, we haven't seen any foul troubles that would lead to a bonus. It's going to pick up though. Another 2 by Canella from Spain. Just falls a little short. Nobody's found their range yet. Czechs answer with the 2, however, and ties the game. Sedorowska stepping outside. One of the, you keep talking about consistent play in 3x3 that's required. And one of the primary requirements is your ability to make the transition from offense to defense and vice versa. You cannot lose sight of where you're at with the ball. As soon as the ball goes through the hoop, you have to automatically be thinking defense. Otherwise, you're going to have the wide open 2 like we just saw. Foul on the Czech Republic. First free throw of the game, 4-4 on the miss. 7 minutes to go. Sky hook. Nearly go very physical on that, but again, you're not going to get any gimme. If there's incidental contact, you're not going to get the call. Nice 2-point shot, Czechs with the rebound. There's the perfect example of why 3x3 is different than 5-on-5. Spain went into what I would call a traditional help side defensive stance. And they paid for it with a cross-court pass for a 2, but they counter with the 1. We have a 6-5 game with the Czech Republic in the lead. Tough move on the inside, unable to finish. Spain with the ball, getting down to 6 minutes of play. We're tied. We're tied right at the 6-minute mark. Nice mid-range move to the inside. Good defense on the block. Back to low post play. Euro step was tried, came up a bit short. Cordova with the ball. Spain with its first 2. Soriano hitting the 2 from the wing. Out at the 45. Nice pass on the inside. Hesitation by Levinska. At the buzzer, another 2. 8-8. We have a TV timeout. Great non-stop action. These women are working incredibly hard. No subs for either team. Everybody's out there just giving their all. 8-8, 5 minutes, 21 seconds to go. Czech Republic versus Spain, looking to get to the semifinals. Whoever wins this game is going to be playing against the United States, against the Americans. American team's interesting. They're a young team. 4 Division I players are playing in this event. They have players from the University of Connecticut, UConn, Oregon State, UCLA, and Princeton. Their ages, when you look at the Czech Republic, everybody's between 26 and 33 years of age. When you look at the Americans, everybody's under 22. Spain goes ahead 9-8 on a nice follow-up by Canella. Kladova, 15-footer, comes up short, hustles after the rebound, so they'll get a new 12. Good 45-degree pass, another nice look. Little bit short. Kladova's a very nice player. She is everywhere. Another nice look. In the low block, fadeaway jumper, good. 9-8 Spain, 4:30 to go. Levinska. Sadravanska in the ball. Good strong move to the middle. She's going to be shooting one. Two fouls apiece, 4:21 to go. 10-8, Spain in the lead. Spain clears, going back inside. I think we're going to see Cuevas going to work. Nice little jump hook. 11-8 now as Spain opens up a 3-point lead. I think we're going to see a 3, and we are right there. Strong move by Cuevas on the inside. Unable to finish, 3:58 to go. 11-8 Spain. 3-point shot, Spain back in possession. 3-point lead. Trying to get to the semis to play against the United States. You can see now that the players are starting to show fatigue as they are bending over, grabbing their knees, grabbing their shorts, because it is a long game. I think when a lot of people first hear about 3x3, they think, well, my goodness, it's only a 10-minute game. How hard can that be? You got to come and try to play, because the cardio requirement, the conditioning requirement, particularly without any kind of a substitution, a substitute coming off the bench is very, very, very difficult to play. Our Team Edmonton guys were just and a challenger, and they went with 3 guys, and you travel 20-some hours, you get there, and with only 3 guys, very hard to compete against teams with a full contingent. Spain running a nice screen action. Canella finishes. We've got 12-8. 12-8, a little bit of space for Spain right now. I think the Czechs are showing some fatigue, but they're going to have to start making a run now. A bit of frustration here. Now we're going to there's a technical foul, I believe, that's been called. I'm not quite sure. What's gone on here? Obviously, a possession was a mistake. We've got a bit of controversy out here, but we're right back at it again. Canella with the ball, 3:21. See what kind of response the Czech Republic can have in the last 3 minutes. Strong move by Kladova, but she lost control of the possession, going over to Spain. Bradley Jacobson, our DJ for the weekend, doing an outstanding job. Full house here at the Ice Palace. People standing around as Soriano hits to put Spain up 13-8. Levinska going to the hoop. Little short. Fatigue is such a factor. Czechs came in a day early, but they had an exhausting flight over here. 14 as Canella, 14-8, as Canella hits a fadeaway jumper. Spain right now taking control of the game. The Czech Republic having such a difficulty. 2 minutes, 27 seconds to go. But one of the things about this, 2 or 3 two-pointers, and things can change quickly, but they can change for the worse if you make a cut and you don't finish the pass. So unfortunately, a turnover by the Czech Republic. I think we have a timeout by the Czech Republic to try to get their wind as we look at the score with 2:21 to go. 14-8 for the Czech Republic. This is the first women's 3x3, women's series 3x3 to be held in Edmonton. There was a great tournament out in Montreal 2 weeks ago when there was a men's FIBA 3x3 Masters tournament in which Team Edmonton finished second, and then there was a women's series tour stop there as well, and Team Canada, which emanates from the Plouffe sisters here in Edmonton. Team Canada won the tournament for their 3rd victory in a row, going for their 4th today. Foul, we're gonna have a free throw. Foul on the Czech Republic as Cuevas went to the basket and was fouled at the rim. 1 free throw until 7 fouls, and then 2 free throws on every foul. On the miss, but Spain and Canella control the rebound. What you have to admire about these athletes is their spirit of compete. They go so hard and fight all the way from the start to the finish. Another 2 by the Czech Republic comes up short. 14-8, just under 2 minutes to go in the game. 5 fouls to 2, 5 for the Czech, 2 for Spain. Beautiful sunny day outside, sun streaming through the beautiful structure here that is the Ice Palace at West Edmonton Mall. See if the Czech Republic has an answer. Mid-range jumper rolls out. Tough day so far for Levinska. She's had a tough shooting day. I think we have a shot clock issue. Okay, we're going to 8 seconds. Spain retains possession, actually down to 7. 1:38 to go, 14-8 for Spain. (3x3) basketball. Anybody who played basketball on any teams know that they were playing 3-on-3 when they were young. Ooh, big shot. Could have brought the Czech Republic back into contention. Spain comes up with the rebound. Nice crossover move by Soriano. Gets fouled on an up and under Euro step move. 3-on-3 basketball, part of every basketball player's lives, part of every coach's lives. How many coaches use 3-on-3 in their practices, whether that's junior high, high school, university pro? 3-on-3 is a staple as a part of basketball. Now a sport, now an Olympic sport in 2020. And that's one of the aspects of this tournament, which is so exciting, is that this is important to the teams that are playing here as they're trying to build points up to be brought into the Olympic qualifying tournament, which is going to take place in 2020. 8 teams will be going to the Olympics. Nice seal on the inside. Cuevas once again using her size and strength to finish. 15-8 for Spain over the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic has battled hard through this tournament. Right now they're in trouble. Looks like we got a foul on the cut on Spain. So 46.9 seconds to go. The Czech Republic retains possession. We have a timeout now that's been called. 46.9, as I mentioned before. Alberta Sports Connection, proud supporters of sport and recreation across Alberta, as well as the province of Alberta. Proud supporters of 3x3 basketball for a healthier province. City of Edmonton, major supporter of FIBA 3x3 Women's Series and the Live Active strategy, one of the great municipal strategies in the country, actually anywhere. You have a city that supports healthier living through activity and provides so many opportunities for people to live healthier lives. Beautiful follow-up by the Czech Republic. 15-8. You can see just all the exhaustion that these women are experiencing right now. had a real dry spell for the Czech Republic. The last couple of minutes, that's their first point in several minutes, really, as the Spanish have just slowly and steadily pulled away. Cuevas getting the ball on the inside, getting fouled. We're going to have a free throw as well. Next up, after this game, we're going to have a break. And then when we come back, we're going to have the U15 grassroots girls team playing their final game before the first semifinal that'll take place. And that will be between Italy and your own team, Canada. We're at 7 fouls, so now Cuevas has 2 free throws, misses the first. 28.2 seconds to go, 15-9, Spain over the Czech Republic. Gets the roll on the second, 16-9, 25 seconds to go, Czech Republic looking to go inside. Nice block by Canella on the outside. When you're in this kind of position, you've got to get the 2 ball up, making it very tough and much easier to defend. Cuevas going strong to the basket, no call. 5 seconds to go. It will be Spain playing against the Americans as Levinska finishes the game, putting the Czechs in double figures. 16-10, Spain over the Czech Republic. Final score for this game. Hard-fought game by both teams. What I was mentioning before, what's so impressive is the unrelenting, tireless energy, hard work that these women are leaving on the court. They represent themselves, their team, as well as their countries. They make everybody proud that's watching this game. It truly is an honor to watch these teams play out here in Edmonton. We have a shooting competition coming up. So I'm going to take a break right now. We'll be back and set the table for the Canadian game where they square off Team Canada against Team Italy. Taking a break here at the FIBA 3x3 Women's Series in Edmonton. Final stop on the Women's Series Tour. Welcome back to West Edmonton Mall. We are just wrapping up Thunder basketball against Amoeba Star. The U15 girls are playing in their championship game from the community component to this tremendous 3-on-3 weekend. Very exciting game. The Thunder are up 8-6. We just had a 2 get hit in what is a very hotly contested U15 game. Another shot going up. This is what it's all about, is to have women battling for the Olympics, inspiring young girls to want to be athletes, to enjoy competing, to playing hard with each other, being great teammates, but having a lot of fun in the meanwhile. And as you can see, the place is packed. Here we are at the Ice Palace, West Edmonton Mall. I'm Paul Sir. I'm going to be bringing you the play-by-play of the upcoming game between Team Italy and Team Canada in what will prove to be a fantastic matchup. Now, the way tournaments can work out oftentimes is you end up with matchups in the quarters and semifinals that you didn't anticipate. And this is kind of one of those. Oh, a spectacular fadeaway to bring it to 7 seconds. But you know what? Clock's going to run out, and we're going to have Thunder basketball winning the championship 8-7 in a wonderfully played game here at the Ice Palace in West Edmonton Mall. A lot of people felt that this was going to be the championship game. And it was a surprise when we saw Italy lose. A bit of a surprise. I shouldn't say a surprise, because when I tell you about the American team, the United Team USA, this is a stacked team of young talent. But young's the operative word. Team Italy is an experienced group that has won the World Championship in the past. Their age range is from 28 to 33. Canada, Team Canada, though, I think it's safe to say they have almost the ideal age range. They're 24, 25, and the Plouffe sisters are 26. And they're experienced. They've played at the NCAA level, they played at the university level, and then they've all have professional experience as well. Paige Crozon and Michelle Plouffe playing at Utah, Catherine Plouffe at Marquette, and Catherine Trayer played in Canada. And so you've got the player, but in Italy, 28 to 33, these players have played together for a long, long time. And so they've got that tremendous team chemistry and trust that you can really see in the way they play. And they're led by Julia Rulli, Raylyn Marie Daly, who is just a spark plug. And it's going to be very interesting to see in this matchup whether Team Italy and Daly can have the same kind of effectiveness against the very long, very athletic Canadian team. So I'd say going into this, Team Canada is the favorite, but that is why we play the games. You've got two wonderful teams. Team Italy, who's been here before. Team Canada, who has won 3 events in a row on the World Tour. Hottest team on the tour right now. Squaring off in the semifinals, getting ready to play. Winner of this goes to the finals against the winners of the Team USA Spain teams a little bit later to take place right after this game. Looking around, we've got a full house, people standing. Stands are full, standing room only behind the stands, standing room only upstairs, downstairs, surrounding. Ready to go, and we're just getting ready to announce the lineups for the Team Canada and Team Italy. 3x3 basketball, FIBA 3x3 basketball. You know, in 2011, there was no FIBA 3x3 basketball. And I was able to attend a meeting in Denver, Colorado, when it was made clear to the world that we were going to see FIBA 3x3 as a new sport on the landscape. And in 2012, the World Tour began. And in fact, in 2012, to show the commitment that Edmonton and Alberta basketball has had to the development of this sport, we sent a team to the first ever World Championship down in Miami, Florida. And that was comprised of the time of Jordan Baker, who's back with Team Edmonton right now. He and his teammates went down. I think they finished, it was either 4th or 6th in the first ever World Tour event, World Tour Championship. And since then, we've seen Team Saskatoon have some great success. Now Team Edmonton has taken over the mantle as the leading team in Canada. But in the satellite game earlier today, we saw a tremendous matchup with Team Winnipeg, who played very well, won the Satellite. Now they'll be competing in the Challenger next weekend. They'll be heading over to Korea. So we've been involved in this city since the beginning with FIBA 3x3 basketball, and now we are very excited with the leadership that the city of Edmonton has with the senior women's national team making their home here since 2013. They're down competing in Puerto Rico right now. But to be able to host this FIBA 3x3 women's series final stop is so exciting for us to be here, and particularly when you have the opportunity for the hometown to see two great players, two of the finest players that have ever come from Alberta, just fantastic players in Michelle and Catherine Plouffe, along with Paige Crozon, Catherine Trayer, forming what is a formidable team to play against for any team in the country. And now Italy, with their experience, their veteran leadership, their determination to win, their relentless pursuit of excellence, are going to be squaring off against Team Canada. Here we go with Team Canada coming on the floor. Catherine Plouffe, Michelle Plouffe, Catherine Trayer, and Paige Crozon are on the floor. Hometown favorites. And
their players,
Marcella Filippi, 18th ranked player in the world. Raylyn Marie Daly, ranked 7th in the world. Julia Rulli, relatively new with the team.
The officials for the semifinal, William Mensah
And Ariana Zampieri. Raylyn Marie Daly, though, ranked 7th in the world. And when you look at the rankings of the Canadians, and again, it's really remarkable when you look at how short a time they've been on the tour. Catherine Plouffe is ranked 7th in the world. Paige Crozon is ranked 9th. Michelle is ranked 25th, and she would be up in the same range as her sister, rather, if she had not been injured and had to sit out a couple of the World Tour events. And Catherine Trayer has worked her way up to 22nd in the world. So we have 4 Canadian players in the top 25 in player ranking world. And we are ready to square off right now. 10 minutes, games to 21. 12-second shot clock. Catherine Plouffe taking it hard to the hoop. Misses the layup, but her sister Michelle battling for the rebound. Italy comes up with it. We may have a shot clock issue here, so we're going to take a moment and see. There seems to be some problem with the remote right now in resetting the shot clock. So we're going to be taking the time to be able to get that problem fixed. Reagan Wood, who's done such a remarkable job, is now on the shot clock. And I think we have a technical problem right now that we're going to deal with. So we're probably going to have to take a moment to have a timeout while the technical problem is worked on. 9:46, just getting started. Team Canada, Team Italy. West Edmonton Mall, packed house at the Ice Palace. A lot of concerned faces, a lot of family members here, of course, for Team Canada. Team Italy, in talking with them, are very, very pleased and excited to be here in our midst. All of the teams have been that we've spoken with have been very, very supportive of this event, saying that it's one of the finest events that they've been to. They've been enjoying their time. And I think what's great to see is how the city of Edmonton, province of Alberta, the nation of Canada has responded to FIBA 3x3. We have so many great supporters that have come to love 3x3. First Round Beer, Burgers, Sports, located on Bourbon Street right here in West Edmonton Mall, as is the Rec Room, the official after-party sponsor of the Edmonton Women's Series. Alberta Basketball Association, proud to support the sport of basketball. This is indeed a game for life. Looks like we may have this resolved, so this game can get back going. We're in the semifinals, first semifinals, Team Canada against Team Italy, looking to get into the final tonight against the winner of the Team United States versus Team Spain. I mean, these are lofty names. This is great to have Team Italy here against Team Canada. Just have Team Canada in this group just shows how far 3x3 basketball has come in this nation. Italy with the ball, the length of Canada. How is it going to affect? There we go. That is exactly how it's going to affect. Dialli, who is fantastic, went to the hoop hard, but the long, athletic Catherine Plouffe sends up the rejection. Italy's going to be getting to the basket. Had to take a quick shot and get out of the shot clock. It's Canada's ball. They move so well with the ball and without the ball. However, when they did, there's an offensive foul called on Team Canada. Michelle Plouffe called for the push-off with the ball. One foul for Canada, 9:32 left in the game. Italy moves very well without the ball. They've got a lot of great actions, a lot of great movement. But there again, Canada, so long, so tough to defend, to score against. The consistency and size across the line when you have players like Team Canada, where your shortest player is 185 centimeters. Beautiful action. Paige misses the layup but hustles for her own rebound. Nice pass inside to Trayer. She misses the layup. So a few nerves here. Dialli using her quickness and speed. Nobody's drawn blood yet. They're so difficult to score on Canada. Just the length and their technical ability. Catherine Plouffe to the hole. That breaks the ice. Catherine on a strong finish, going to the basket as Canada scores the first points of the game. Italy. Zentieri with a beautiful move. Zampieri taking it to the rim again. Another foul on Catherine, two team fouls on Team Canada. Italy's definitely ready to compete. Canada a little jittery out of the gate. Missed some shots that you're not used to them missing, but it's understandable. You're in front of your home crowd, all the eyes are on you. That's why we play the game. First two-pointer of the game as Italy goes up. 2-1. Canada behind one. Nice cut by Trayer. Can't finish on the inside. Italy with the ball. Good footwork by Catherine Trayer. Beautiful footwork, staying in front of her. Oh, at the buzzer, we have the Hail Mary, the nightmare shot for Team Canada. Paige Croson retaliates right away though. 4-2. The Hail Mary. As you always have to remember, the two-pointer has more impact on this game than the three-pointer has in traditional 5-on-5 basketball. 2 for 1. Shots like that can bring a team back from a long way down or give team a lot of confidence that they don't normally have. Beautiful take by Dialli. Used the rim very well to draw a foul, and now she'll be at the free throw line shooting one. And the rule in FIBA 3x3, one free throw on a foul for the foul. If you're taking a shot and you get fouled, you get one free throw until you get to 7. And then you get 2 free throws on every foul. Canada down 5-2. Paige on a nice cut. Ball off Italy. Canada's ball out front. 7:24, 10-minute game, 12-second shot. Paige working inside, as I have mentioned in the previous games. If there is a perceived mismatch on the floor, teams will go relentlessly after that. In this case, it's a size mismatch with the alley, and right away, Paige Croson was going to the inside. No foul called, 5-2, Italy in front. 4 fouls on Team Canada, 1 foul on Italy. Boy, what a setting. Looking around, you can hardly believe this is Edmonton. Beautiful. Catherine relentlessly pursuing the ball, misses the first layup, makes the second, brings Canada within 5-3. Nice, strong move to the basket. Zampieri. Zampieri on a strong take. One thing that you can see in Team Italy is they are putting a lot of pressure on the Canadian defense by attacking the rim very hard. And this has resulted in Canada with a lot of fouls early. 7:05, 5 fouls. 2-point taken. Great hustle by Trayer. Saves the ball to give it back to Team Canada as they have been struggling early and are trying to find their legs, trying to find the range. And now we have a TV timeout. And this will give Team Canada a chance to regroup and Team Italy a chance to refocus. FIBA 3x3. In 2020, 8 men's teams, 8 women's teams will be competing at the Tokyo Olympics for gold, silver, and bronze. A new dawn in the age of basketball is upon us. We're going to have another variation of this great sport in Tokyo, in the Olympics. And Team Canada is a team that is making a strong push and a strong case on why they should be part of the Olympic qualifying tournament in 2020 and be one of those teams that has a shot at getting to the podium. We're back on the court, ready to go. 6:59 left in the game, 6-3 Italy. Big factor, 5 fouls for Canada, 1 for Italy. Nice seal on the inside. Hustle again, Dialli, she does all the little things. Clever pass over the head. Now the pressure's on. Quick pull-up, beautiful, quick mid-range pull-up. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Michelle hanging in there, not finding the range early, but persistence gets her staying on the ball, getting the rebound, put back, score. 7-4, Canada within 3. Canada has the ball. Kicks it out, Page for a 2. That can change things. That's music. That is music to the crowd. Steal by Catherine Plouffe as well. Unfortunately, ball goes out of bounds, but now Canada is starting to get that energy, starting to do the little things that they weren't doing in the first couple of minutes. Now you can see that they're trying to assert themselves. But Italy is a tough veteran team. You know there will be no quit. They have a quick release, tremendous hustle, tremendous hustle. Rulli is a player. You can see that she gets out here to compete. Wide open for Catherine. Follows her own shot. Brings Canada within 1. Catherine Plouffe, you just see the physical dominance that she has. Trayer again for a 2. Good hustle by Rulli for the rebound. Italy in possession. Such a tough shot. Great, Rulli's a great player, but it's the length of Canada. Every shot you've got a hand in your face. Paige Crozon, great footwork, pull up, ties it up. 5 minutes to go. We have an 8-8 game. Trayer with the rebound. Crozon, Trayer, Plouffe. Paige is one of the best at that curl cut on the inside. And the Plouffe sisters, both Michelle and Catherine, are gifted passers when their teammates are open off a cut. The chemistry between these players is something to watch. Dialli's back in the game. Both Michelle and Catherine. Michelle with the ball. A tell you, Dally is a competitor. She is tough. Catherine with the 2, hustling after the rebound. Michelle, trying to go inside. Catherine Traer trying to go inside to Michelle Plouffe. Ball out of bounds. Canada's ball, 8-8, 4:24 to go. Italy has come to play. Team Italy has come to play. So has Team Canada. Paige not able to finish. Mid-range pull-up by Dally. Catherine controlling the rebound, clearing it, going to work, getting to the rim, using her size and strength. Michelle with the 2. Michelle finished second in the long-range shootout yesterday. We got a TV timeout, 3:44 to go. Low-scoring game, 8-8. I think this is a surprise to everybody. And it's one of those dangers and one of the trappings of 3x3 basketball is oftentimes what can be perceived as a mismatch or going to be a blowout is not the case. This is an Italian team that has won the World Championship. They have veterans on this team. Not only do they know how to play, they know how to compete. And they are here to compete. Canada, over the last few weeks, has not faced a real stiff test in very many games. So this is going to test their mettle, going to test their composure. Croson, Plouffe, Traer, nice move, nice finish. Michelle Plouffe, big time finish. The length of Canada bothering Dally. And then Philippi takes the 2. One of the things you see quite frequently that in 3x3 is you see air balls. You don't see them as much in 5-on-5, but you don't play with a 12-second shot clock in 5-on-5. So you've got to get rid of the ball. Beautiful, strong move by Catherine Plouffe. Just so strong, so difficult to stop. Quick move by Dally, who is very, very tough. Gets into the lane, gets to the rim. 16 foul on Team Canada. Next foul, Italy will be in the bonus where they get 2 free throws. So 10-8, Canada has the lead right now. Italy very much in this game. 3 minutes just coming up on 3 minutes to go. Catherine holding it, holding her position. Canada's ability to play with the basketball. Beautiful move. What shot on. Oh my goodness, that was just beautiful basketball. Moving the ball selflessly, sharing the basketball. Dally had a chance to tie it up. Catherine with the ball. Beautiful cut by Catherine Traer. Long on it, on the shot. Uh-oh. For Team Canada, that's an uh-oh. That's a foul. Now that's going to put this bonus for Italy. Shooting 2. Chance for Italy if they make both free throws to tie this game up. 2:28 to go. That's a big factor as Italy only has 2 fouls. They're going to be able to foul over the next couple of minutes without getting into the bonus. So Canada is going to have to play tough and smart. We have a tie ball game. 2:25 to go. Plouffe sisters, Paige Croson. That's what I was talking about. Those are the fouls that you're going to maybe start seeing right now as Italy is going to try to prevent Canada from getting any easy shots at the basket on their slips. One of the things that Italy has done very well today is they have taken away the slip, which works extremely well for Canada. Wide open 2-point shot doesn't go for Team Canada. 10-10, 2:16 to go. Italy with the basketball. Gotta love the pressure. You gotta love the pressure. Beautiful deflection by Canada. Unfortunately, Dally, as she often does, as she often does, comes up with a special play just by her hustle and her speed. Dali going to work, 11-10 lead, Italy. Italy battling for the rebounds. Good block by Paige Croson. Stayed on the ball. Paige taking it hard to the basket. Doesn't finish, but gets fouled in the act of shooting, so Paige is going to go to the free throw line for one. What a battle here in West Edmonton Mall. People standing all around the Ice Palace looking in. Stands packed, standing room only, watching Team Canada against Team Italy, looking for a spot in the finals here at the final stop of the FIBA 3x3 Women's Series. Paige ties it up, 11-11. 1 minute, 43 seconds to go. Beautiful defense, beautiful defense. Fantastic defense once again. Catherine Trayer using her length, using her basketball IQ, blocking the two-point shot. Catherine Michelle Plouffe, Catherine Trayer on the court. 1 second. One second on the shot clock for Italy. Catherine Trayer once again on Dali. She's going to have to get a shot off quickly. Beautiful, intelligent defense by Catherine Trayer. Dali's very clever. She used the shot fake, tried to draw the foul. Trayer had none of it. Tie ball game, 11-11. We have a travel. Turnover, 11-11. Catherine Michelle Plouffe, Catherine Trayer on the court. Team Italy, 11. Canada, 11. 1:25 to go. Italy spreads the court, looking for a slip. Canada excellent shot fake.
Foul called against Italy. Their fifth team foul.
15 foul. I believe that was a warning for the next one would be a technical foul. I thought that was a well-played play by the official to give warning because they do not want to get into the arguing that can happen in a tight game like this. Very physical play. As the two-pointer goes up, Michelle Plouffe, 13-11 Canada, 58 seconds to go on the steal. Nice spin move, 14-11 Team Canada, 49 seconds to go. Another steal. Michelle going to the hoop, fouled. Won't be a shooting foul as there's only 5 team fouls. This will be the 6th. Next one will put Canada in the bonus. 42.8 seconds to go. Italy calls a timeout to regroup, regather. I'll tell you what is so impressive about Team Canada. They're playing against a very experienced, tough-minded team in Team Italy. They're not playing well. They're not hitting shots they normally do. They're being defended extremely well. But then, lo and behold, Michelle and Catherine, Paige Croson, Catherine Trayer come up with big plays. Nice slip, which they do so well. Catherine Plouffe finishes. Two-pointer to pull Italy back in it. 15-13, 32 seconds to go. Steal by Italy. 15-14, 25 seconds to go. Catherine with the fadeaway. Italy with the ball. We have a tie ball. No! Dali misses the layup. Canada turns it over. This has got it all, folks. This has got it all. It looked like Canada had solidified the victory. Italy does not know the word quit in the way that they play. Canada gave up some surprisingly easy shots. Pressure is on. 6 to go. Remember, the two-pointer is deadly. That's the ball game. That is the ball game. 15-14. Team Canada over Team Italy in such a hard-fought, tightly contested display of basketball between these two women's teams. My goodness, was that fun. Team Canada 15, Team Italy 14 here at the Women's Series FIBA 3x3 final stop on the women's tour this year. Our home team, Team Canada, featuring Edmonton's Catherine and Michelle Plouffe, Paige Crozon, Catherine Trayer, finding a way to win. That really came down to the will to win. And you know what? I don't want to take one thing away from Team Italy at all. That team played their hearts out. They competed start to finish. When Canada built a bit of a cushion, 4-point lead with not much time to go, Italy found a way back in it, pulled within one with the ball with about 7 or 8 seconds to go, with the ball, but couldn't get a shot off. And again, that's a testament to the basketball IQ, the work ethic, the determination of this Canadian women's team they were not to be denied. What a great game. What a great game. So we're going to see our hometown team, Team Canada, playing against the winner of this next semifinals game between Team USA and Team Spain. Now, Team USA, I think I'd mentioned before, they have 4 Division I players that are very young, and I think it's interesting to point out, if you look at the ages of these young women, 19, Kristen Williams, who plays at the University of Connecticut, UConn, the most storied program in the U.S., 19 years old. Michelle Onyenwere, she is also 20 years old. Bella Alari, 21. Aaliyah Goodman is 20. So very, very young. Where Team Spain, they're anywhere from 28 to 35 years of age, and they have, and they only have 3 players. So going into this game, this is the first game of the day for Team USA, so they have fresh legs. Team Spain, with 3 players, have already played a game, so the odds are stacked against them. But like I said, that's why you play the game. You never know what's going to happen. Team Italy was a serious underdog against Team Canada, and they gave Team Canada everything it could handle in being able to, for Team Canada to pull that out with a 1-point victory. So it's just an absolutely remarkable display. What a show for the home crowd, which, by the way, is full to the rafters, literally. Full to the rafters, standing room only. And now with Team Canada going to the final, I can't wait to see what that crowd's going to look like as this wraps up, as this tournament wraps up in a bit. What an exciting weekend this has been. What an exciting day day 1 was. What an exciting day 2 we have right here happening right now. One of the great things about this is that you've got young women, for instance, for Team USA, who were given permission by their schools to play in this. They can take no prize money. All they can do is have their expenses paid for to travel to and from these games. Yesterday's Kristen Williams actually won the shooting competition, the first ever shooting competition for women on the World's Tour. We're really proud in Edmonton that we gave the women the opportunity, like we give the men, for the long-distance shootout. But there was a $500 prize for the winner, but because Kristen is still playing in the NCAA, she can't take any prize money. So what we're going to do at the Alberta Basketball Association and with this tournament is we're going to designate a charity that we're going to donate that money to. The $500 will go to a charity, and we are sad in one sense that Kristen wasn't able to collect her winnings. She won by 1 over Michelle Plouffe, who had 9, and the crowd was cheering her on because she had a couple of shots at the end to tie it up, and then she had the money balls at the end where you get 2 points per shot, had a chance to win it, but they were right there but just didn't quite go in. So Kristen Williams, on behalf of Kristen Williams and the Team USA, we're going to be donating $500 to a very worthy charity. Here we sit, West Edmonton Mall, in the Ice Palace, on the ice surface. This gorgeous day outside, sun streaming through onto the court, onto the crowd, as we sit and watch 3x3 basketball, FIBA 3x3 basketball, one of the newest Olympic sports. That's going to be, we're going to have 8 women's teams and 8 men's teams in Tokyo next year, competing for the gold, silver, and bronze medals for the first time in the Olympics. As I've mentioned as well earlier in our broadcast, Edmonton, Alberta basketball has been the leaders for FIBA 3x3 basketball in Canada, certainly, and really a leader in FIBA 3x3 in North America. Next year will be the 10th year of our Alberta Basketball Association 3x3 tournament. It'll be the 8th year that we will be sending teams to FIBA international events. We're very proud of the fact that we're the only Canadian city that has consistently done that. And we will continue to be committed to that and hope to continue to see the growth of the game across the country and seeing more and more teams. Earlier today we had a men's satellite tournament wrap up. Team Winnipeg won that. They'll be competing in the men's challenger that will be here next week in Edmonton as well. Team Edmonton just competed in Taiwan. They're on their way back. They're just at the airport right now getting ready to fly home. They'll be back here. Team Edmonton on the men's side has been 7th in the world in a very, very tough 3x3 bracket. So they're feeling very good about coming back playing at home. But boy, I'll tell you, that tournament is loaded. Novi Sad, the powerhouse, really, Serbian team is here. Princeton, that just won the Los Angeles Masters yesterday, is here. Harlem, New York Harlem, that just won the Challenger in Taiwan yesterday, is here. Verbas from Serbia is here. It is a loaded tournament. And what is great about this event as well is there are a load of local teams as well as national and international teams that are going to be competing here at the Ice Palace. Once again, next weekend, tournament starts on Saturday morning. It's free to come, as it's free to be here right now. So if you're listening now and you're in Edmonton, you have an opportunity to come and see Team Canada square off against the winner of this next semifinal game at 3:40 today. 3:40, Team Canada against the winner of the United States and Spain. They'll be squaring off at 3:40 today. And looking for their championship, looking for their 4th win in a row will be the Canadians. But the Spanish or the Americans want to have something to say about that. The American team is intriguing because when you watch them, their youth sometimes shows through in some of the ways that they play the game. But their tremendous athletic ability, their tremendous basketball IQ comes out as well. So Team USA is one of those very, very dangerous teams, as is Spain. When you play against the Spanish team, you're going to have to play your very best because they're number one. They're going to compete on every play, as we just saw with the Team Italy. You just know you're in for a game every second you're out there. You got to make plays. You got to make shots. You've got to execute your strategy. Otherwise, these are teams that can beat you. You cannot take anything for granted in this game. Canada has been the heavy favorite, but I think Catherine Trayer, Paige Crozen, Michelle and Catherine Plouffe are feeling pretty darn good right now, and maybe a little lucky that they were able to escape with the win. But it only came through their hard work and their willingness to do the little things on a night where their shots weren't falling. And that's what 3x3 is so. That's why 3x3 is so interesting. It can be a blowout, and you can have a good team get blown out by a team that might be favored because they're hitting twos. If a team comes out and hits 5 to 8 twos, you've got a problem. Cuevas, Canel, and Soriano for the Spanish team out here to a packed house in West Edmonton Mall's Ice Palace. And now Team USA, Aaliyah Goodman plays at Oregon State. Bella Aleri plays at Princeton. Michaela Onyenwere plays at UCLA, and Kristen Williams at UConn. What a matchup, what a team. Great to have this high-level Division I talent here in the Ice Palace, getting ready to square off against Team Spain. Spanish brought a nice contingent of coaches as well. You can see the care and attention that countries are paying to their national teams, and that's one thing that we are designating. That is a designation here. These are the national teams for their respective countries. That's why we call it Team Canada, not Team Edmonton, because this is the Canadian national team in FIBA 3x3 for women. So Team USA versus Team Spain, getting ready to square off. Perry Stothard, great Edmonton official, one of the officials here today. Perry is officiated all over the world at FIBA 5-on-5 events, now doing 3x3. Kristen Williams with the ball. Bella Aleri. Kristen Williams is a great break you down off the dribble player. Nice running hook shot by Bella Aleri. Kristen Williams with the ball, getting bumped out of the paint. Very nice pull-up. Michaela Onyenwere, she is something in the mid-range. One of the things I like both about Onyenwere and about Williams is they have great pull-up jump shot games, and you don't see that very often in the sport anymore. Everything's either a layup like we just saw there or a three-pointer or two-pointer in this game. But the Team USA does a lot of mid-range stuff, which makes them very, very hard to guard because they're not always going to go all the way to the rim. Doesn't get the roll. Spain does not get the roll. Williams with the ball. Out to Aleri, who takes the three. She's a big, plays at Princeton. Has a very nice form from the three-point line, however. Cuevas going to work on the inside, scores, brings Spain to 2-1. Cuevas takes an early foul, get her shoe tied. It's one of the ways you can use fouls in this game. Sometimes it's just to get a breather, and sometimes if you've got an equipment malfunction, you can stop the play. 8:30 to go, 2-1, Team USA running their sets. Larry working on the outside, trying to get to the middle. Going to the line will be Aaliyah Goodman, plays at Oregon State. A lot of Canadians have played at Oregon State. Ruth Hamlin, notably, who's on the Canadian national team right now, was an Oregon State player. Misses the free throw, 2-1 US, 8:20 to go. Pull up at the elbow, controlled by Aleri. Kristen Williams with the ball, takes a deep three, nails it in the corner. She has the ability, and you can see that experience that she has at UConn and what she must play against every day in terms of quality of opponent. She has the ability to hit shots with hands in their face, and what am I saying? Spain comes right back, hand in the face. Williams again, flips it out, three by Aleri. Two rather, sorry about that. Two by Aleri. Cuevas, tough defense. She had hit the pull-up jump shot before as well. Spain going to work with some ISO in the low block. Nice finish by Spain. It's a 4-3 game. Aaliyah Goodman on the miss. Spain with the ball, 4-3, chance to tie it or go ahead. Spain maintains possession, 3 seconds left on the shot clock. 4-3, US over Spain. Packed house here at West Edmonton Mall. In the Ice Palace. FIBA 3x3. Spain has to get a shot off quickly, doesn't fall. Americans ball up 4-3. See so many familiar faces here. We have a foul on the nice penetration move by Kristen Williams. So many familiar faces, so many people from the basketball community who are here today to watch FIBA 3x3 basketball. But what makes it even more exciting is how so many of the people here aren't necessarily part of the basketball community, but are here to enjoy the game, enjoy the day, and enjoy the environment. U.S. has a couple of opportunities. They don't convert. Cuevas going to work. She finishes very, very tough around the basket. 4-4. Onyenwere one more time, getting to the rim nicely, but Spain's doing a good job of crowding on the shot. U.S. is able to defend. Two-pointer by Onyenwere, nice rebound by Alari. Kristen Williams takes the two, Spain with the rebound. Spain's movement, technical ability, experience showing right now. The youthfulness of the American team with all their great athleticism, with all their great skill, with all their talent and potential, are struggling a bit against this more experienced Spanish who are, to this point in the game, have been very, very efficient. And I know that the U.S. sometimes struggles with their efficiency. They're at a disadvantage as well, if you want to call it a disadvantage. It's an honor to be selected as they have been, but they're young players. They haven't played together an awful lot, and they're playing against much more experienced, more mature players who have played in this environment. Plus, the NCAA women's game is very, very different from the FIBA 3x3 game. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Onyenwere taking it nicely to the hole, finishing strong. Onyenwere playing at UCLA. Great athlete. Canella, nice fadeaway on the baseline. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Onyenwere one more time to the rim, finishes. Foul. She's going to have one at the line. Chance for a two-point play. She puts the U.S. up 6-5. 5:40 to go. 4 fouls against Spain, none so far against the United States. Converts on the free throw, gets the roll. Nice touch, nice form. 7-5. United States over Spain. What I love about the way both teams are playing is both teams have come to play. Offensive foul. Kristen Williams had a wide open shot at the three-point line, chose to put her shoulder down, go to the rim, gets called for the offensive foul. Spain's ball out front. First foul against the Americans. 7-5 U.S., 5:27 to go. Cuevas around the rim where she's been so effective all tournament. We just saw why Kristen Williams goes to UConn. Lightning quick crossover move. Goes to the rim, scores. 8-6 Americans. Second foul on the Americans. 4 total fouls for Spain, 2 for the U.S. 5:02 left to go. Almost at the halfway point of this semifinal game. Winner goes on to play Team Canada for the championship. The length of the U.S. is it's tough. It's tough. Alari is much longer than anybody on the Spanish team. Deflected that. That results in a basket. 9-6 USA with a little bit of breathing room. But a shot like that can take that breathing room away real quickly. The 2 for 1. 2 for 1. What a difference it makes. Again, quick, lightning quick. Crossover move. Strong finish by Kristen Williams. Her body control and her strength is so fun to watch. Alari with her length again. Bella Alari with the block. Kristen Williams again right to the rim. Fatigue obviously showing in on Spain. Kristen Williams now having her way for the Americans. Nice pass. Shot clock violation, 3:58 to go, 10-7. The United States in the lead, 3:58 to go. Spain, like I mentioned, fatigue is a factor right now, and it has to be. When you're playing against a very good opponent who's contesting every move that you're making, every shot that you're taking, it really wears on you. And plus the cardio that's required for this. Like, I often use the comparison with 3x3 basketball that it's a combination of a variety of sports. Yes, it's basketball. It's dribbling, passing, and shooting. But it's also similar to hockey, where you have to substitute more frequently. And you're playing so much, you don't get the opportunity to step out of bounds, to slow things down, to walk up the court. You have to be in perpetual motion. As Aaliyah Goodman hits a 2 to extend the lead to 5 for the Americans. Cut to 4 by Spain. Nice penetration move. Onion Ware right to the hoop again. If you give her a straight line drive to a straight line angle to the basket, it's money in the bank. And as we just saw right there, beautiful head fake by Canella. Another shot clock violation by Spain. There was a bit of a mix-up on the inside. It was a beautiful penetration move by Canella, but the pass was being thrown out to the 45, and one of her teammates thought it was to her. Two-point shot. Two-point shot by the Americans. U.S. called for a foul. Spain checking the ball out. 3:14 to go, 13-8. USA over Canada. I'll tell you, these baskets do not come easy. As great as that looked like it could have been easy, but Cuevas has been so tough all tournament long, using her strength and length to go. And then we see one more time why Kristen Williams is special, finishing through contact. Goodman has had a real nice stretch here. I'll tell you, Kristen Williams right now is owning the Spanish team. Her footwork, her quickness, her strength, and her touch is something to watch. But Cuevas will have none of this. She said, what do you mean? This game's not over. Inside to Alari from a nice interior feed by Kristen Williams. Fifth team foul called on Spain. 15-10 U.S., 2:26 to go here in West Edmonton Mall in the Ice Palace. Onion Ware on a strong take to the basket. Again, if you give her a straight angle, it's all over but the tallying of the score. And she finishes strong at the rim. 16-10, 2:20 to go between Spain, the U.S. winner, playing Team Canada for the gold in the championship game. We have some great entertainment coming up as well in between this last semifinal game. The Terrell Edwards Entertainment Group will be performing, and Terrell Edwards himself will be here. Beautiful slip by Alari, nice pass by Williams. 17-10, 1:58 to go. We're under the 2-minute mark. U.S. in control. Lots can happen in a minute 54. 2 or 3 shots can turn the tide around, but right now it's been all U.S. And the wear and tear of travel, the wear and tear of this being the second game of the day for the Spanish and only the first game of the day for the Americans. Wear and tear of only 3 players for the Spanish and 4 players for the Americans. Right now starting to tell the tale. 17-10. Great crowd down here at West Edmonton Mall. Packed house. People standing all around the mall watching. Alari looking very good. Now the question will be, if the U.S. gets to the finals, will she be able to get that kind of angle, that kind of driving lane against the Canadians? Beautiful. Soriano, very nice pull-up shot at the free throw line. 18-11, 1:35 to go. Onion Ware puts up the 2. 18-11. Alari one more time on a beautiful feed by Onion Ware. Americans going to work. Oh, right now, Cuevas getting sealed on the inside. That's fatigue showing on the face of the Spanish women. The determination is still there. The will to win is still there, but the fatigue has had its impact. Goodman's feeling it, doing a nice job of staying with the ball. Larry's having her best game of the tournament. 49 seconds to go, 22-11, one more point. U.S. will go to the semis against the Canadians. Kristen Williams with the rebound. 35 seconds to go. Kristen Williams taking it to the rim. Williams is going to go to the free throw line for one. She has the opportunity to finish this game off for the Americans and take them to the finals. Kristen Williams at the line from UConn, 19 years old. That's it. Ball game. Ball game. Noble effort by Spain. You have to give them so much credit. Traveling this great distance, coming here, competing as hard as they did, playing with such determination, courage, and skill. But the Americans just had too much for them today. So I think for a lot of people, this is the matchup that maybe people hope for. The Americans against the Canadians, Team Canada versus Team USA in the finals today. 21-11 U.S. over Spain. Terrell Edwards Entertainment Group is going to be coming up right now to entertain and wow the crowd, as I know they will. So we're going to take a break and come back for the finals between Team Canada, led by Michelle and Catherine Plouffe, joined by Paige Croson, Catherine Trayer, squaring off against Goodman, Alari, Onyenwere, and Williams from the United States, 4 Division I players. Squaring off against the Canadians. I think I know who the crowd's going to be cheering for. I think I know what people are going to want to see, but I'll tell you what, we got a game on our hands. Coming to you from the Ice Palace at West Edmonton Mall, FIBA 3x3, final stop of the women's series on the FIBA 3x3 World Tour. Welcome back to West Edmonton Mall in beautiful Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, at the Ice Palace. Ready to go for this fantastic finale to the Women's Series finale on this year's World Tour for Women, as we see Team Canada squaring off against Team USA. What a final. You just couldn't ask for anything more. I think when everybody saw who we had in terms of the teams coming to Canada, we all kind of kept our fingers crossed that maybe it would be Team USA against Team Canada. Not to take anything away from any team playing here. It was you had to earn this, but as it turns out, from a crowd standpoint, to have the teams north and south of the border competing against each other, it always creates its own special sense of drama. My name is Paul Sir. I'm going to be with you for this final game. What a thrill, what a privilege to be part of FIBA 3x3, to be part of the Women's Series, and to be able to host it here in the Ice Palace in West Edmonton Mall to bring the Women's Series to a close this year. Really an interesting matchup between the two teams. In one sense, what makes it interesting is neither team is that experienced in terms of having years of experience on the playing FIBA 3x3 basketball. This is new for both teams. USA is a very, very young team. Kristen Williams, who plays at UConn, is 19 years old. Michelle Onyewer plays at UCLA. Bella Alari plays at Princeton, and Aaliyah Goodman plays at Oregon State. They're all under 22 years of age, 21, 20, and 20, along with Michelle being at 19. And then the Canadians, they're 24 to 26 years old. But all have played high-level basketball both in university and professionally. So they bring more what I would call worldly experience in terms of the international game, where the Americans have primarily played in the American style of game, and everybody knows the NCAA game is really quite different. So now add into the fact that you've got 3x3, you've got quite a stark contrast from the background of all of these women and the type of basketball that they've been playing. Canadians, of course, have two former Olympians in Catherine and Michelle Plouffe, who played for Team Canada in the most recent Olympics together, and Michelle played also in 2012 in the Olympic Games. So you've got Olympic experience already out here and high-level experience. Catherine and Michelle have both been very successful in their pro careers overseas. Catherine being Player of the Year, I believe it was 2 years ago in the French top league, and Michelle has been a perennial all-star as well. Catherine and Paige, Catherine Trayer, Paige Crozan, both with international experience as well. So you have more experience in international ball, but not any more real experience in 3x3. Now, having said that, Team Canada is the hottest team on the tour now, with 3 consecutive victories in the last 3 tournaments that they've played in. They're ranked second in the world on the World Tour, where the Americans came into this event as picked as kind of an all-star team. I'm not going to say they're thrown together because they have played together, but they haven't played together as much as the Canadian women have. And so you've got youth, athleticism against experience, skill, length, strength. The Canadians really have it all, which is why they have been they've had such a fast rise on the World Tour. The Canadians, they have it all. I think a lot of people would say this is most likely the Canadians' game to lose. I think if the American team, with the pedigree that they have, which is high, UConn, UCLA, Princeton, Oregon State, UConn, the storied program in women's basketball in the United States, you've got great athleticism, as I mentioned before, great basketball skills, but you're playing against a group of women who are experienced. Physically, they're strong, they're bigger, they're stronger, and they can shoot the three. They run great actions. They play together well. They're very unselfish. So the American team will have to play extremely well, but people felt that the Italian team would have to play extremely well, which, by the way, they did. And they took Canada right down to the wire, Canada eking out a 1-point game, while on the other hand in the semifinal. The Spanish team only had 3 players, and they were overwhelmed by the Americans. It's going to be a far different game. So now we have the Americans being introduced: Aaliyah Goodman, Bella Alari, Michaela Onyenwere, and Kristen Williams comprising the American team. Athletic, very good one-on-one players, but they're about to run into a team that plays very good team and individual defense. Team Canada. Team Canada. What a year. What representatives of our country, of our city. We have Paige Croson, Catherine and Michelle Plouffe, Catherine Trayer making up Team Canada. They're long, they can shoot it, they can post up, they can cut, they can defend, they can rebound. Really, this is a team that does everything well. But that's why you play basketball. The U.S. team makes plays. If you give Kristen Williams or Michaela Onyenwere an open lane to the basket and you don't close out, they're by you, they're going to finish. They're tough, they're quick, they can shoot the 3 as well. I think what they're going to have to overcome is the size and length and strength advantage that Canada brings. So this is a very, very good matchup. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Sitting here in the Ice Palace, sun's starting to go down in the sky. Shadows are getting a little longer. Packed house. You look at both levels around the court, they're packed. Not a seat left in the house, standing room only at and around the court. Here we go. Final game of the year for the women on the women's series here in Edmonton, Alberta. Paige Croson, second game in a row. Great cut, doesn't finish the layup. The length of Catherine Plouffe, taking the pass away from Michelle. Alari doing the same thing back. Welcome back. This is interesting. Tough shot. A lot of length to go over. A lot of length bothering them again. But U.S. on the board, on the glass early. Bella Alari can match. In fact, she's the tallest player on the court. She certainly can match the height of the Plouffe sisters. But Catherine and Michelle both, I think, have a strength advantage over her. Alari had a great game against Spain. Catherine Trayer steps out for a 3. Michelle Plouffe missing her putback. Again, maybe some nerves to start with. Talking to the ladies after the last game, they seem to feel like the nerves got to them just a little bit. Catherine Trayer controlling the rebound. We have 8 minutes, 44 seconds to go. No score yet. Nice back cut. There's your first point of the game. Beautiful chemistry between the sisters. 1-0 Canada, 8:34 to go. That's kind of the typical shot that you see happening a lot against Canada. Short on the rim, over the length and the extended hands that the Canadians have on defense. They make it real hard to shoot over them. Plus, they're very gifted athletically. They're long. Paige again, struggling to finish around the basket. Michelle using her quickness, Kristen Williams taking it to the rim, which she does so well. Michaela defending hard, but a strong, strong finish. Michelle Plouffe finishing that tremendous strength of hers. I think we have a foul here on Paige, and we're going to see Kristen going to the line. Two to 1 Canada, 7:57 to go. Full house here at the Ice Palace, West Edmonton Mall. Kristen Williams on the line, has the opportunity to tie it up, which she does. There's the corner 3, good spacing by Paige. Bella's extended her defense nicely, but Catherine's able to hit the pull-up jump shot mid-range in the lane. Good defense by Croson, keeping Kristen out of the lane, and that's one of the difficulties and challenges. Again, short on the 2 ball. Tough to get it off over the length. Catherine has a tremendous height advantage over Kristen. Catherine played her university ball at Marquette, had an excellent career there. She knows Division I basketball. For both Catherine and Michelle, Michelle playing at Utah, as did Paige. There's nothing new here. They know what it's like to play against Division I talent. They have a 3-2 lead, 7:28 to go here in the final game, the championship game of the Edmonton Women's Series finale, FIBA 3x3. Great defense by Page. Blocks the shot. Kristen looking for a foul. Catherine with a strong move and a finish. 4-2. Very nice shot. Looks like we're going to have an and one here. You don't see many of those. And I'm not surprised at the surprised look, to be honest, because that's a fairly common shot that is generally a no call. But we officials saw something we didn't, missed on the shot, so it's 4-3, Canada over the U.S. Michelle hitting two. What was great about that was Michelle hit the two and was immediately pointing to her teammates to defend. So they understand. And Michelle running to the corner, make it 2 twos in a row. And all of a sudden, you have an 8-4 lead. That is the cruelty of this game. It's absolutely daggers when an opponent can hit 2 twos in a row. You can go from a very tightly contested game to not a blowout, but all of a sudden now you've got to make up lost ground. Now the U.S. is behind the 8 ball, down 8-4, 6:43 to go. Lots of time, lots can change, but when you start seeing Michelle getting her groove going, you're in trouble, as we just saw. 2 twos in a row. Good shot, again, short on the rim. That length of Canada seeming to bother Page with the nice up and under. Strong move to the hoop. U.S. with the rebound. Going inside to Michaela. Strong move, unable to finish. Interesting call. Michelle inside to Catherine. Great communication from Catherine to Michelle. As soon as the ball went outside, Catherine was sealing on the inside. Michelle found it for the easy layup. 9-4 Canada. Bella trying to use her length to go over Catherine Trayer. To no avail. 9-4. U.S. down to Canada. 5:56 left to go in the game. Packed house. People are starting to see a more relaxed Canadian team. Paige Crozan waiting again. Paige really struggling, trying to finish. Catherine Trayer, however, has the answer. One of the things the U.S. is struggling with right now is not only are they having a hard time shooting over the Americans, they're having a hard time getting the rebound. Loose ball picked up by Aaliyah Goodman. Important shot by Kristen Williams. They need to finish. Looks like we've got a call against the U.S. right now. Foul on the United States, offensive foul, 10-4, 5:22 left. Bella Alari, I've seen her really improve and gain her confidence as the tournament's gone on. Michaela Onyewer, nice shot, just too much though. Michelle Plouffe going by Bella, finishing 11. It's 11-6 U.S. maintaining their 5-point lead. There's that length. Tough shot, but there's just too much from Team Canada for Kristen to deal with right there. Kristen's a great player. She has put on a clinic on dribble hesitation, crossover, get to the rim. Now you're playing against experienced international players. They've seen it before. So Kristen has to use even more cunning because the length and the strength of the Canadians is going to make it tough, as Michaela just found out. Although Michaela, she's a competitor, steals it right back. She's hit a 2 to kind of bring the back. Hits a nice elbow jump shot, 17-footer. So now we have 11-7. 4:30, that's a lot of time. And now Bella has a deflection, the thing I've been talking about that Canada does so well. Bella did well for the United States. Big shot right here. Okay, Catherine with the rebound, Catherine Plouffe. Over to Michelle. Catherine Plouffe. If it's not one, it's the other. It is your nightmare as an opponent. Number one, you're saying, is it Michelle, is it Catherine? Number two, the shots go in, whether it is Michelle or Catherine. It's raining Plouffes right now. It's just fantastic display by the ladies. Catherine Trayer playing great defense on Kristen. Tough contested shot. Kristen Williams, she is the real deal. She is a player. You're not at UConn unless you can play. Nice spin move by Michelle. Tough shot. 14-9, 5-point lead, 3:45 to go. Long way to go right now. Canada in control. That can change quickly, and when you make a shot like that, if you're a gamer like Kristen Williams, things can change real quickly. Kristen Williams with the 2, cutting the lead, 14-11. Beautiful shot. Michelle Plouffe taking it to the rim, 15-11. Michaela, tough shot, gets the roll. Her mid-range game inside the paint is so impressive. Plus, she's such a competitor. Michelle, footwork, clinic, bottle it, sell it, you'll make $1 million. Fantastic move. Stepping the defense up. I'll tell you, it's amazing to see. If you've ever played basketball or you've ever coached basketball, when you're making shots, you automatically seem to become a better defensive player. We got a TV timeout now, 16-12, 2:53 to go. FIBA 3x3. Women's Series finale here in Edmonton. You know, 5 weeks ago, we didn't have this event here, but because of the cancellation of the event in another city, FIBA offered this to us. We were only too excited to have the opportunity to host. And thanks to the great support that we receive from Edmonton Events, from the city of Edmonton, from the government of Alberta, from the Alberta Sports Connection, and from our fantastic sponsors. That's why this is able to happen, why we are the 3x3 king of Canada. There we go, Paige on track. Puts it back up to 5 points for Canada. U.S. looking to make a move. Catherine Trayer stepping into the passing lane, deflecting the ball out of bounds. This is where you see some of the subtle differences between the experience that the Canadian women have and the youth of the Americans. They're going to be fantastic players. I'd love to see them in 5 or 6 years, what they're going to look like as players. Beautiful take by Michaela Onyenwere, UCLA. And I'll tell you, Bella Ilari, she has come to play. She's out contesting. Michaela and that beautiful spin move. Too bad it didn't go down, but it didn't. Here we go, one more time. Michaela Onyenwere contesting the shot at the rim, 17-13. Canada up by 4, 2:12 to go. Right now, aiming for their 4th consecutive victory on the Women's Series. 2nd on the tour for the year. Team Canada, led by Michelle and Captain. Look at this, is just amazing. You've got Michelle Plouffe taking away the baseline. Her, not only does she have the length, she also has the intelligence on the angles on defense. I'll tell you, she just is something else. Paige Crozen, now we go, Paige. Welcome back. Happy to have that. Team USA looking for some magic, is getting a little dose of it. 18-15, 1:47 to go. It doesn't, I'll tell you what, it doesn't take a lot of time for the fortunes of a team to change. 3 points with 1:44 to go is far from a certain victory. U.S. basketball, 4 fouls to 1. Canada with 4, U.S. with 1. You have to get to 7 before you get automatic free throws. One more time. She's a money player. Michaela's a money player as well. But look at the riches that we've got here in Canada. Tough shot. Paige on the follow-up. Paige Croson, 19-15. A 2-pointer will win it for Canada. 1:17 left. Great defense by Paige Croson, taking it away from Bella. Plouffe working off each other, looking for the 2-pointer to end it, looking for the dagger. Michelle chooses to go to the hoop. 54 seconds to go. Important shot. Unfortunately, doesn't find its mark. 48.9. 19-15. Canada over the U.S. 48.9 seconds away from their 4th consecutive championship on the Women's Series Tour. This is going to be something afterwards, folks. When the game is over, we're going to have our awards ceremony here at the court. Haven't come up with a name for the court yet, but by next week we will. Next week, make sure you come back. If you're in this area, you got it. In fact, if you're not in this area, buy your plane ticket. Get here as we host our 2nd annual FIBA 3x3 Men's Challenger here. Some of the top teams in the world will be here. But right now, 45 seconds to go. 19-15 Canada. U.S. is tightening its defense up. Shot clock violation, 35.4 to go. 19-15. Must have possession for the U.S. right now. They've got to get something on the board to stay in this, and they're putting it in the hands of someone who's capable of making something special happen. Aaliyah Goodman going hard to the hoop. Gets fouled. I don't think Michelle is impressed with that call. I think that's fair to say. But it was a tough, strong take by Aaliyah Goodman who plays at Oregon State. Aaliyah has a chance to pull it within 3. Does not. Catherine Trayer looking to end it. Paige, Catherine, oh, we've got the open. This is it. Leah Goodman out to Michaela. Turnover. 12.6 seconds to go. Canada getting closer to consecutive victory number 4. West Edmonton Mall, full house, people hanging from the rafters as they watch our Team Canada looking to end it. 3.5 to go. Oh my goodness. 19-17. 19-17. Team Canada over Team USA. 4th consecutive championship for the Canadian women. What a way to end the Women's World Series here in Edmonton, Alberta, in the Ice Palace, as they triumph over Team USA in a hard-fought contest. And I'll tell you what impresses me so much about this American team is they never quit. They had a couple of times where Team Canada's experience seemed to take away their momentum, and it looked very much like it was going to be all Team Canada, but the Americans never gave up. Cut it to 2 at the buzzer, 19-17. Catherine Michelle Plouffe, Edmonton's own. What a performance. What a wonderful way to end the Women's World Series Tour, the Women's Series Tour here in Edmonton, Alberta. What a thrill for us to host this and to have everybody here, have the community, have the country, have the world watching this. Teams from all over the world, and I have to thank all of the teams that made the effort to come here. My goodness, Team Poland, the Czech Republic, Spain, the United States, Canada, and I know I just forgot somebody. Italy, of course. How can I forget Italy? They're fantastic. Wonderful to watch. It just has been such a thrill Such a privilege for me to be able to be with you here today. And we're excited about Team Canada's victory. Giving 5 to the Plouffe right now. This is awesome. Paige, way to go. This is great. Catherine, this is awesome. So much fun. So proud of the staff at the Alberta Basketball Association and all the work that they did putting this venue together. Jacob Skeppel, Kira Lyons as our MCs. Bradley Edwards on the, Bradley Jacobson rather, on as the DJ, playing Celebration, playing the anthem as we celebrate Team Canada's 4th victory in a row. In a row. Unbelievable finish for the Canadian women once again to be the champions in the Women's Series. Now that slid, they had no threat to their second place status in the World Tour this year. Unfortunately, France already had number 1 locked up. Would have loved to have seen the French team here to play. Hopefully we're going to see that matchup at some point in the future. They're a fantastic team as well. But we saw great basketball. Thanks to the FIBA 3x3 people here. Thanks to ICU Video and the great work they did on the broadcast. Thanks to our sponsors. First Round Burgers, Beers, Sports, located on Bourbon Street. Rec Room, official after party sponsor of the Edmonton Women's Series. That's where people are going to be heading after this, after the award ceremony that's just coming up right now. Of course, the basketball show, Canada's finest basketball exclusive program, Saturdays, 10 a.m. to noon on TSN 1260. TSN 1260, they did a great job this weekend. Edmonton Events, the City of Edmonton. City of Edmonton, proud supporter of FIBA 3x3 Women's Series and Live Active Strategy. Edmonton Events, Province of Alberta, Sports Connection, Bradley James, Terrell Edwards, Athletics Alberta. And Athletics Alberta is going to be here next week. We have a pole vaulting demonstration next Sunday at noon with some of the top pole vaulters in Canada. So this is Paul Sir. I'm going to sign off right now. I'm going to go help with the award ceremony. This is such an honor and a privilege. Thank you for joining us today as Canada wins the final of the Women's Series FIBA 3x3 event here in the lovely Ice Palace in Edmonton, Alberta. Thank you very much.
Of Alberta basketball. Also to help with our presentation of the awards is Carol Callan, the president of FIBA Americas. At this time, we'd like to recognize Team Poland, who finished 6th in this weekend's tournament. The players for Team Poland: Martina Sejbolska, Justina Koslovic, Claudia Sinoska, and Agnes Skoshemi. For their efforts this weekend, the team from Poland will receive t-shirts to celebrate their placing in this tournament. Congratulations again to Team Poland. So we'd like to recognize the team from the Czech Republic who finished 5th this weekend. Let's give it up for Czech Republic. Their players, Andrea Kalgova, Alzbena Levitsia, and Monika Sedorowska. Let's hear it one more time for the Czech Republic. Let's make some noise for our 4th place finishers, Team Spain. The players for Team Spain, Aitana Cuevas, Marta Canella, and Elena Soriano. Congratulations once again to Team Spain. In 3rd place this weekend, Team Italy. The players for Team Italy, Marcella Filippi, Ray De Ali, Giulia Rulli, and Ariana Zampieri. The 3rd place finishing Team Italy will receive a t-shirt and watches courtesy of Tissot, the official timekeeper of FIBA 3x3. Make some noise one more time for Team Italy. Finishing in 2nd place, the United States of America. Their players, Aaliyah Goodman, Bella O'Leary, Michaela Underwear, and Kristen Williams. For finishing in 2nd place this weekend, the United States will receive t-shirts courtesy of FIBA 3x3 and watches courtesy of Tissot, the official timekeeper of FIBA 3x3. Let's make some noise one more time for the United States, finishing in 2nd. And let's make some noise for your champions all the way from right here at home in Canada, Team Canada. Their players, Paige Broughton, Catherine Blue, Michelle Blue, and Catherine Trayer. For finishing 1st this weekend, Team Canada will receive a t-shirt courtesy of FIBA 3x3 and watches courtesy of Tissot, the official timekeeper of FIBA 3x3. Last time. Congratulations one more time to Team Canada. At this time, we'd like to invite Team Canada, Team United States, and Team Italy to take a group picture. We'd like to invite all 6 teams up now to take a group picture to commemorate this awesome event here in Edmonton. Congratulations once more to all our teams competing in this weekend's Women's Series FIBA 3x3. We'd now like to invite up all the staff and volunteers from the weekend.